Thumpermonkey. Thumpermonkey is the name of the band that we are checking out today. Can't say I've ever heard of them. Is a Thumpermonkey a thing, or is this just like a cross between Thumpy from Bambi and a monkey? We are listening to the track, I'm pulling it up right now, Wheezyboy. This is coming off of their album Sleep Furiously, which was released in 2012. We're checking out this track and the band because this was suggested by James Warner. So James, thank you so much for the recommendation. Thank you so much for the support as well. I truly appreciate that. Like I said, can't say that I've ever heard of them, but listen, what better time to be introduced to a new band than 7:32 in the morning? Let's go ahead and give them a listen. We will talk about it a little bit after. Here we go. Jency. I'm sweating your salbutamol. Don't kiss my face. You want the peace I mentioned. Hold my nose and crack my head. I love that little guitar. Fine chewed up. That's what I'm waiting for. Hey. Interesting sound they have. Very interesting track. I love that part though. I have to say that. It's buried in my stomach. I'll thought of better than your feet. And if you think I'm worth the effort, then
feed me a banana, stop me seeing stars.
What a very interesting track this is. This sounds like it's coming from a similar camp of like Cardiacs, where like it's that much more, for lack of a better word, quirkier side of something progressive, and it brings it all up in a very interesting way. So first of all, that rhythm that it starts out with, that's impossible for me to follow and count. But I love how genty that is. I love the part dot 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 dot. I love that little heaviness trip up right there. It's like a little stumble in the rhythm. It's like when you trip on nothing when you're walking down the sidewalk and you get a little start and then you just calm yourself down and you walk as normal. That's what that part feels like in there. And it's a small thing, but that was like one of my favorite little moments in the track here. The bass is going to be performed here by Sam Warren. And I love that deep, I don't mean to bring in and invoke their name, but thumpy kind of sound to it. I think that adds a cool heaviness while still allowing a lot of space, right? That's the point of something gent. And, you get those bump, 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 and those spacings, but part of the space allows for more heaviness or ambience as they clearly bring in. Going to have Rail Jones on guitar, keyboards, and backing vocals here, and Michael Woodman on lead vocals and the guitar. And at first, the lead vocals are kind of whispery, a little mysterious, a little of a man in a cloak in the dark. But then it's not too long before, kind of like the album cover, you could say, possibly, the wolf reveals himself to the piggies inside. Because that's basically what's happening there. I guess they're not piggies, they're moles, now that I'm looking at it a little bit more clear. Okay, so the naked mole rats, it looks like. Either way, it's like at that point that he reveals his fangs, he pulls off the cloak, and he shows off the werewolf inside. And I love the ferocity, the heaviness that it gets into in that particular moment, because the track, the verse is building up to a release of sorts. And I don't quite know where it's going to release and how it's going to do it, but it does it very nicely and heavily at that particular moment. But this rhythm, pull it back up. There you go. I like how we started off simply, but as it goes on, you hear a little bit extra guitar, a little strum there, which is very precise in focusing the strings. And I like how it just begins to wrap itself around with a little bit more instrumentation there. But then the release in the here, that feels great. And vocally, not that he sounds like who I'm going to say, but his delivery kind of reminds me of 90s, early 2000s era Chino from Deftones. He has that shouting kind of sound, that shouting that also has a certain ambience to it. So it's a melodic shouting that works really well in the pool of distorted guitars and everything that they release there. So I think that works really well. And like I said, not that he sounds like Chino, but there's a somewhat similar delivery in those screams and those yells that I thought was really, really nice. And I love how you can still hear the bass very heavily there. They got a lot of different effects that happen throughout the music as well. And I guess you could argue that acts as a chorus, even though it doesn't really, repeats anymore throughout the track. But they managed to fit a kind of catchy chorus into the track as well, and then kind of go right back to doing their thing as it moves to the back half of the track. So that's kind of interesting how they do that. And of course, they bring back the rhythm and, like I said, start to insert a few more things in this particular track. Very, very interesting, this one. The lyrics here: who borrowed you? My fingers. Spit, mascara, knuckle, eye, you panda streak. I don't know what we talked about. I'm reading the lyrics off of my email, so I'm not showing you the lyrics on screen. Drop, gather, to cloudburst, your running pace won't help me fly. And all that I have tomorrow is, I guess I could do this. You know what I could do? You know what we could do? We could do one of these right here. How about this? Ba-boom. There you go. Drop, gather to cloudburst, your running pace won't help me fly, and all I'll have tomorrow is a broken mouth. Brought luck and good intentions, months curled in a sick bed. I'm sweating pure sambutamol. Don't kiss my face. You want the piece I mentioned? Hold my nose and crack my head. Dig into my mouth. Find chewed up love replaced. Put it right back where you found it. Put it right back where you found it. Foxfire, this ain't no hullabalootion. Highwire, she hits the floor like original sin. Foxfire, oh, lock and load, I hunt it down. I got no idea what we're talking about. Before I know it, I'm a pariah, chewing on a misfire. Just wait, give me a second. I need a second. Put it right back where you found it. It's buried in my stomach. I'll fawn and patter around your feet. But if you think I'm worth the effort, then I'll run a mile. Forgot how to be holy. I've forgotten how to read. Missing teeth and bad dreams. I should learn to dance. Okay, I get the missing teeth and bad dreams because your teeth fall out in bad dreams. Tongue cut on my chin again. Please put me in the bathtub. Feed me a banana. Stop me. Sing stars. I can't even. I have no idea on this one. I have no idea on this one. Wheezyboy. Perhaps he has a sickness of sorts. Maybe not literally. Let's look at their Bandcamp here. Let's look at the Bandcamp. Wheezyboy. Here's the lyrics again. Their often bewildering mastery of everything, cream crimson like angularity and dissonance, the blissful pop dynamics of the cardiacs, esoteric post-hardcore audacity. Lyrically, I have no idea what it's about. I couldn't tell you. I don't know. I will admit, and it's because it reminds me of Cardiacs. It's not my favorite thing that I've heard. I will honestly admit that it's not my favorite thing. I think like it's cool to listen to, and all the parts work. It's not like there's anything bad about it. It just doesn't do anything for me. Like the heavy part's obviously really cool. I love the rhythm and the verse. Like it's cool, but it just doesn't pierce that other part of me that makes me personally enjoy it that much. But it is a cool track. Let me know what you all thought of it in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for being here. Jim, thank you so much for the introduction to the band and the request. I appreciate that. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Come back tomorrow, and I will see you all then. Bye, guys.